What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Madden 20 video. It is EricRayweather back here, and I'm going to be going over everything that was revealed for Madden 20 at EA Play just a little bit ago. We're going to go over the franchise QB1 career mode stuff. We're going to show a little bit of the scenario engine. There were some gameplay clips they showed with the superstar abilities being put on display, some of the trick plays and the jet sweep plays being put on display, the new pump fake mechanic, and some other new things that were really cool to see. So here playing in the background is the new face of the franchise trailer. I did a separate video on this right before this video if you didn't see that one yet, but basically they just kind of showed some nice clips and some scenes of like pre-draft, a little bit of college football, some of the draft itself, running out of the tunnel, a couple gameplay clips, nothing crazy. Wish they would have showed a little more of this, but what they did show looked really nice, really clean, really crisp. I thought graphically it looked amazing. Just was really blown away by how good the clips looked. But of course, it's basically just a franchise mode, and you're being the quarterback, and you're gonna have your choices and stuff like that to make. Here you can see they showed some extra stuff of like the draft, waiting in the draft room. You can see this guy plays for the Texas Longhorns. Again, the clips look really cool and all that. Now be sure, if you want to stay up to date, guys, on all of the Madden 20 news, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any uploads. We're going to be dropping Madden 20 news every single day. And here we go with the Pro Bowl. They showed a couple clips of this, the players running out of the tunnel and things like that. There's my guy Michael Thomas from the Saints, which was pretty cool. Now they also showed a little bit of the scenario engine with Kyler Murray, showing like some of the questions you might be asked and things like that backstage. You're going to be talking with your coach might call you out, so like you might get a boost to certain things just depending on whatever it is that your coach wants you to do. So like right here it's saying, we're losing games such and such, you need to call out the players or whatever, like make them accountable and things like that. Now some of this is like really generic stuff, of course. You can see he's having his back and forth with the coach. It really remains to be seen how in-depth this is going to be, how many different scenarios are going to be, because when you read through some of these, yes, it sounds cool in a sense that, hey, you get to make these decisions. You can call out your wide receivers, you can call out your O-line, you could say, hey, but depending on what you pick, you could get a morale boost to certain players on your team, and then if you go out there and win, yada yada yada. But if they're all going to be super generic, then it will get old quick. So we really just have to wait and see how it plays out, but I'm glad they showed some of it. Now here with Alvin Kamara, this is where they started showing some of the abilities. Now with Alvin Kamara, it's saying that his abilities, for example here, his X Factor ability is called Satellite, which says some running backs have the talent to be elite receivers. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their success rate on possession and rack catches against single coverage. In order to activate this, you have to make a certain number of 10+ yard receptions in a game with that running back. So maybe it's 3 or 4, and then you can get in the zone. Here they're showing, now you can see the little X's under the players. Now when they're in the zone, the X's are going to be like lit up and on fire, so that's how you know that a player is in the zone. And when he's in the zone, he's going to obviously, like I said, for this particular ability that Kamara has, his aggressive catches, or not aggressive, but possession and rack catches against defenders, he's gonna excel in that area. You can see how he's like creating a lot of separation on that angle route, and then even breaking some tackles afterwards. Now, it kind of looks a little cheesy right there if you ask me, but when players are not in the zone, the X is going to be white, but when they're in the zone, like I said, it's going to be lit up. He also has other regular superstar abilities like Matchup Nightmare and RB Apprentice, which gives him more hot routes for his position than typical running backs. And his Matchup Nightmare, when he's like matched up on a linebacker or something like that, he's going to get more separation just like real life. Now here Juju, you see he's got his abilities. His X Factor ability is Double Me. It says aggressive catches or aggressive receivers overpower defenders and attack the football. When they enter the zone, the ability to increase their success rate on aggressive catches against single coverage. So if he makes so many 30+ yard receptions in the game, then he gets in the zone, and when he's in the zone, if he's one-on-one, if you don't double him, he's gonna win that aggressive catch. And now at first look, this looks cheesy, like, oh great, we have an aggressive catch ability. Look how crazy this is. He's going up and just mossing the cornerback. There's nothing you can do. It's animations all over again. But the thing you have to keep in mind, for him to get in the zone, he has to get 30+ yard catches, probably 3, maybe 4 of those. He has to have a ridiculous game. So if someone's doing that to you at that point, then that person probably doesn't need the ability to beat you anyway. He's probably beating you pretty badly anyway if you're letting him get those crazy amounts of catches. So look at it like that. To get in the zone and get these overpowered abilities, you have to do a lot to get to that point. If you let somebody get to that point, you know, they're beating you anyway, probably. And he also has some other, you know, regular superstar abilities as well that you can read on screen. Now here's Aaron Donald. His X Factor ability is Fearmonger. We've heard about this. It says some pass rushers intimidate quarterbacks with their sheer presence, which Aaron Donald definitely does. It says when they enter the zone, they can apply significant pressure on quarterbacks even when engaged with blockers. Now, in order for him to get in the zone, he has to you know, create multiple pressures on a QB or have multiple sacks on a QB. And you're going to see here what they mean by applying pressure while still blocked. You can see how he's kind of bull rushing into the backfield, and he causes Russell Wilson to have an accurate pass. He's not actually running free at Russell Wilson, but he is bull rushing and driving that defender back, and he's in close proximity, so that's going to make Russell Wilson kind of have, you know, he might throw the ball because he's scared of Aaron Donald. But in order for Aaron Donald to get activated with something like this, he has to be applying significant pressure all game long for that to activate. You can see here some user rush with Aaron Donald. It looks like the user rush with the defensive tackles looks better, at least with the elite guys. You can see that they can get off the ball quick if you know how to use those mechanics, which is pretty cool. He also has his regular superstar abilities. Again, if you want to just pause the screen and rewind back, you can read those abilities on screen as well. But it looks like Aaron Donald is an absolute beast, which he should be because he is in real life. And as you can see, he's causing that pressure by coming free, and we're seeing inaccurate passes because of it. Now here, Patrick Mahomes, he's obviously got a slew of abilities. He's got Escape Artist, Dashing Deadeye. We've already seen these. We've seen these weeks back. They're going to show some clips of this, and then obviously his zone ability is he can throw the football 80 yards. But in order, again, for him to get in the zone to throw that 80-yard pass, he has to throw like 3 passes of 30-plus yards in a game, and they said it has to be 30 yards in air. It can't just be a 30-yard completion. He has to actually throw like 3 30-yard bombs. The ball has to travel 30 yards in the air, maybe 3 or 4 times throughout the game. Then he unlocks the ability to throw an 80-yard pass. So again, keep in mind, these abilities are meant to be overpowered, but in order to unlock them, someone has to really be putting a beat down on you for these things to even get activated. So if you're allowing someone to put that kind of a beat down on you, then you kind of deserve for these abilities to get activated, in my opinion. But of course, the regular superstar abilities are available all game, and with Mahomes, it definitely does look like they're going to be a little cheesy with Mahomes. I'm not going to lie. Now again, if you put him under pressure, these abilities kind of don't exist anymore. The accuracy goes down, so you have to put pressure on him. But you can see here, like some of his accuracies on the run. You can see like the agility that he has behind the line of scrimmage, that not every QB is going to be able to have that type of agility behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe a Lamar Jackson type, of course, would. You can see his throw on the run. He's got good accuracy throwing the run. He can do kind of the crossbody stuff. He has the signature no-look animation. He's the only person in the game that can get good accuracy on the crossbody throws. But again, if you have pressure on them, then the accuracy goes away. You can see here he's got the red zone deadeye, which means you get perfect accuracy in the red zone as long as you're not under pressure and your feet are set. Now that looks kind of cheesy because he's fitting that ball into a tight window, and it almost looks like they're holding the defense back there, which I don't like that at all. But we have to get our hands on it and see for ourselves. Here you're seeing the no-look animation. Again, he's the only QB in the game that has this because he's the only one we've seen do it in real life. Again, just kind of replaying some of the clips, you could see the agility behind the line of scrimmage, which is something a lot of people have been asking. Why aren't QBs free to run behind the line of scrimmage, have that agility, juke, and spin? You can actually do that this year with those QBs that are fast. You can juke, spin, and have that agility behind the line of scrimmage. Here again, you're going to see the red zone deadeye. As long as he's not under pressure and he's in the pocket, feet set, he's going to be able to thread that needle. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is I feel like the safety on this play should be able to jump that pass. So I need to really get my hands on it myself and see, because I don't like that. I feel like they're holding the defense back because Mahomes has that weapon. Here again, you see the no-look throw. But like I said, we have to get our hands on it and see. There's some things I like, but I'm seeing a few things I don't like about it either. Here, they're showing one of the newer formations in the game. They just show like a brief clip of this. It's like a little motion play action, but this is a different formation. It's in the Raiders playbook. It's a new formation to the game. They did mention that they added new formations, obviously new trick plays, RPOs, and they kept reiterating throughout the stream that they are going to be updating playbooks all year long. They said it a lot before the year, and they said it probably 3 or 4 times during the stream. It really is a big thing that they want to do this year. So that excites me because playbooks can get old and bland really quick in this game after a few months. So I want to see new things updated with what players are doing in real life. I'm not sure what this formation is called here, but it is definitely a new formation that they wanted to touch on, and you know, it's a cool play action play. What I did notice with these gameplay clips that they showed that I really liked. Now here quickly we're going to talk about I'll talk about that in a second. But here, I want you to notice Cam Newton behind the line of scrimmage. This is the new thing that they added for these QBs behind the line of scrimmage. If you press a button, you can turn into a running QB behind the line of scrimmage, meaning your passing icons go down and you can juke, spin, and have that agility. Here's the new pump fake mechanic from Ben Roethlisberger. But going back to the Cam Newton thing, if you press a button behind the line of scrimmage, you can become a runner. You can't pass, and you can do all this stuff. But if you press the button again, your passing icons come back up. So you see Cam Newton, they press the button, he becomes a runner, you can see, and then he presses the button again to bring his icons back up, and he's able to throw the pass. So that is new. That is actually really good, I think. That's going to add a new level of skill gap for sure. And here they're showing the pump fake mechanic with Ben Roethlisberger. You double tap your receiver, fake one way, throw the other. That looks good because the pump fake's been terrible in Madden. Again, just showing the clips one more time because they are really brief clips. The quarterback stuff is really good in my opinion. So, like I said, those people that want to juke and spin behind the line of scrimmage, you can do that now. You just have to press a button to activate the running QB. And one last time, just showing the pump fakes again. Like I said, really brief clip, so I wanted to kind of replay them a little bit. Now, here is the Philly special in action with Philly themselves. You could see, and what I like, which is what I was about to say a minute ago, what I really liked from this stream, honestly, is I felt when they, were hyping up animation quality before we saw any of this, I was like, well, that remains to be seen. The animation quality to me looked very smooth on these, like the Philly special, the trick plays, the RPOs. It all looked very clean. Here you see the Rams doing their under the center, jet sweep stuff that they do in real life. The handoff animations, the play action fakes, the motions, it all looked very smooth. The QB, getting control of himself quicker, because in Madden a lot of times it takes an extra second sometimes to get control of your QB. Animations have to carry out a little too long. It didn't feel like, from watching it at least, it didn't feel like that was the case. It felt like things definitely, from what they have been saying, it looked true just by the clips that they did show to me. It looked smoother, running looked smoother, animation looked smooth, the quality looked like it was there to me. Now here is the RPOs, they showed a couple clips of this. Again, this stuff looked really smooth to me too. I liked how quick you were able to get control of your QB when you wanted to pull that ball back and throw the slant or throw whatever route on the RPO. It didn't look like the animation dragged out too long and was sluggish. It looked like the second you decided you wanted to pull that ball back and fire it out there, watch, right here, it was really quick, bang bang, which is how it needs to be for the RPOs to work properly. The animations can't be long and sluggish, or else these are not going to work. So when they said they redid the handoff technology, they cleaned up the animations, they made it smoother, to me, just the eye test, to me, now maybe to you, you might disagree, I think it looks very smooth, and it definitely looks like it's going to work properly based on how smooth it looks. And I know that's not just me, because I was reading through Twitter during the live stream, and I saw a lot of people say the same thing, so I know it's not just me that felt that way, because I was definitely a little bit worried about some of this stuff, because I know, and I touched on that in other videos, the animation quality in the game hasn't been up to par. A lot of run plays and trick plays that were already in the game, reverses and things like that, never really seemed to work that well because of how the animations carried out. But watching this, it looked like they really are what they, did what they said they were going to do, and they cleaned it up. I really was impressed seeing how quick you could get control of the ball in the RPO and fire that slant or fire that screen pass. I definitely hope that it plays as good as it looks, because if so, I think that's going to be really great. Now here, I believe they're showing the bazooka from Pat Mahomes. Actually, no, they're not. I'm wrong. This is signature animations right here. So you can see Von Miller after the sack. He's doing a little sack dance. So they said they really did a lot with the signature animations this year, like celebrations, signature throwing animations, which you're going to see here in a second. See Pat Mahomes doing his little kind of crossbody, kind of side jump throw that he does in real life, and then after how he kind of backpedals. Aaron Rodgers with his signature little jump side step throw. These are all things they do in real life. Drew Brees adjusting his pads, licking his fingers. For people that like immersion, Zeke with the E. They all do this stuff in real life, so I'm kind of glad that they put this in the game. That little things like that definitely add a nice little touch to the game, in my opinion, and is something that they need to continue to upgrade and continue to nail home. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely would have liked to see more gameplay than we got. I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked to see a lot more, but what they did show us, I would say, for the most part, I thought was good. The only thing really was some of the ability that I feel like they might have been nerfing the other side of the ball in order to let the other abilities carry through. So we'll have to see when we play it. That's the one thing I did not like. But let me know how you feel below. And as always, I will see you guys next time.